let's get into creating campaigns and how to do this stuff, okay? Um, it's going to be easier just to go right inside Facebook. So we'll get right inside Facebook. But first, actually, I'm going to show the page first, and then we'll just go ahead and get right in. So there's a few different ways to create a video campaign. Now, do you guys have anything you want me to hit on first or anything like that? Do you have any burning questions that you see?
No, you're
Okay.
doing awesome, Keith. Just, yeah, walking through how to set up one of these ads and maybe show an example of, a video and what landing page you
Sure.
sent them to.
Okay, cool. So what I would
And
say,
also, sorry, Keith, we're getting lots of questions, in regards to the office hours about, relationship building and the different traffic temperatures. You can use video ads to cold traffic, warm traffic, hot traffic. It's just another medium. So don't feel like you can only use these ads for one purpose.
Ralph, should I hit this right now before we go inside to make so it makes more sense to people a little bit?
Yeah, you might want to. And
I
Molly
think
makes a
so.
really good point is that on any phase of that, cold, warm, hot, these can be used in the right sort of way. So this
Right.
is,
It's just
yeah, so
another
I think that's a
medium
perfect
with,
lead in for this,
yeah,
actually.
it's another medium with,
Yeah.
Okay.
with different benefits. So.
Yep.
So here's an example of I've built. We don't have time to go through the whole map right now. Like if you want to really go through this whole thing deep, I'm doing a webinar with my Facebook Ads University in a few days for this. So you're gonna have to join there. But basically this will really help you understand, I think. So what we've done here is this is um, what I have is on the left side here is the row is like the target audience. Think about your funnel. Think about this left side as the level of hotness, right? That relationship with that end user. And it's kind of like your funnel. So what I do is I like to think about my funnel. So it's like you have a landing page, you might have a sales page, and then you also have like ads that you're running and blog posts that you're amplifying. And each one of those has its own audience, okay? So what I like to do is I like to think, okay, you got your cold audience over here on the left, and as this thing kind of drags down, it's not dragging, but as it goes down, you've got from cold audiences to fans to non-converted website and video custom audiences. These are people that land on any blog post on your site, okay? Any sales page that haven't converted yet. And as you go further down your funnel here, you've got your leads or subscribers, and then eventually they turn into new customers, right? So what you want to do is, why do these not, it doesn't grab, it won't grab it very good. So you want to think about here is, let's say I might run a like ad here, and that's targeting cold audiences, and it's hitting my Facebook page, right? Because I want to get a fan. The next step, what I do is for a campaign is I might run a traditional page post link ad here that's targeting cold audiences, and it's driving traffic to a blog post, okay? If you go here, I've got Breeze from Betty Rocker. She's got a similar map, right? So she's got a like campaign here. Below that, she has a blog post link post ad here. It's targeting cold traffic, and it also targets some fans too. And that takes people to a blog, okay, an ungated piece of content. They don't have to opt in to consume, right? We're warming people up to get ready to watch one of our video ads, right? And so if you go back to mine, as you kind of go down this, and like I said, you don't have to build all this at once. It's like one thing at a time, okay? So I might run a link post ad here targeting fans and targeting people that have landed on the blog post, right? So let's say someone's landed on this blog post right here. I might run a link post ad targeting them and my fans and take them to my Facebook landing page, right, for my Facebook checklist or to a webinar, okay? The other thing I might do is right here, as I might run a video ad. So right this here is, zoom in a little bit. It's going to be too much. So these big images sometimes won't grab very well. So this here might be a video ad here, is discover how this is a video ad taking people to a webinar, okay? This video ad, because it's a video ad, I can target, of course I'm going to target my warm traffic, right? Because they haven't opted in yet. But see the blue line here? it's small, and this I have this usually up on my huge electronic whiteboard, so it's easier to go through. But um, this video ad right here is also going to target cold traffic, cold and warm to a webinar. Okay. Now as you go down, I'm going to actually go to this one here instead. I'm going to go down to Breeze. If you look here, she's got a couple like link post ads that are driving traffic to blog posts, just constantly warming people up, and people eventually buy when they do that. But then down here, you've got a couple other videos here. So here's a video ad here. Are you taking the 30-day challenge yet? That actually goes to a lead page, a landing page. Okay, it's a different video than the one on the landing page, because this isn't a landing page like a typical like a checklist or something or cheat sheet, right? It's real simple. This is actually a 30-day. They're opting in for a 30-day challenge, so she has got a really cool video going to that, right? And let's go back down here to another video. So here's the other videos here. This one here is the content with call to action video. This video is targeting leads right here, but have not yet bought. It's also targeting website custom audience visitors, okay? So this video right here does not have to just target leads. This video could even target cold traffic. It's not yet, but it could. I think it will convert cold traffic right to the sales page. In my opinion, I'm thinking it won't convert as well right now. She's just focusing on cold. You might as well just focus on warm traffic. She's got so much stuff up here warming people up, right? It's all a system. It's all running simultaneously. You just control your audiences with your targeting. So basically, this ad is targeting warm audiences and leads, and then down here, this one here is sales refusers only. So this one's just targeting basically people that have been to the sales page, okay? And then you've got other things you can do that she's implementing right now. She's about to put together like a VSL style video that's actually gonna link right to the order form. It's gonna skip the whole sales page. It's gonna be basically the video that's on the sales page now, and it's gonna go to the order form once it's mobile optimized. So that's kind of how you want to think about this process, okay? You're building this machine of constantly building like ads so you can have more people to target, because like fans always convert really well. Plus it gives you more friends of fans in your reach. You're warming people up with this, and then you're retargeting all these visitors right here with either a lead magnet ad or a sales ad right to a sales page, depending on your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's just boiling it down is that video ads are just a great way wherever there's sort of a hole in your funnel, or maybe a place where you need just a little bit more convincing, or there's whether it's on cold traffic or whether it's people that maybe have been served up a link post ad, or maybe they've consumed a piece of your content through a blog post but still haven't bought. Like wherever you have parts of your funnel where they maybe have engaged or haven't engaged at all but need a little bit more convincing, video ads are so good for that. And I think you got to think on Facebook is that a typical sort of VSL, just a straight sales video, probably won't work in most cases here. We've got a client that actually does have a 25-minute sales video, but the first 20 minutes is pure content where he's educating, informing, and getting a lot of views on it, and then converting people to a 47 times $2 offer. So wherever you need convincing in your funnel, video ads, you can insert a video ad in here. I don't think you have to build out a funnel as complex as Bree does here, but it's a part of your overall strategy.
Absolutely, Ralph. And Keith, this is amazing. This is awesome and a great visual. Everyone, definitely don't be overwhelmed by this. You don't have to have this much material to run traffic or to use these video ads. But this is just a really great snapshot of how a traffic system looks. And she's taking, she's using ads to introduce herself to someone. She's using ads audience and build trust, and she's using ads to ask them to opt in and buy. So this is really awesome, Keith. We have a lot of people that are leaving some great comments.
Okay, cool. And just let me break it down a little bit more to simplify it. By the way, she didn't do this in 30 days. This has been one step at a time. I mean, this has been like a 5-month, 6-month process, and she's been learning all along the way. And and it wouldn't have happened if we just would have completely managed it for her. There's no way. It's because we're coaching her, and that's why. So it's a combination because she's super smart and understands her brand. So basically, break it down though here is if I had to start over from scratch with this one, what I would do is I'd run one ad like this to a like this she's doing here, which is basically what we did, right? Always run a light campaign if you can. But then you've got this blog post that's going, this link post ad that's going to a blog post. So you got one ad going to a blog post, right? Boom, simple. Then you can actually retarget people with this. This is a traditional link post ad right here, right? This goes to the sales page. So this is only shown to people that have visited the blog, basically. That's it. Have opted in or visited the blog. Now, then you've got the video ad targeting those same people. So what happens is remember when that webinar I told you about Facebook, when they had that strategy or that test where they had traditional direct response compared to somebody seeing this video then seeing this, that killed the other one, right? So you can actually run a video and then you can have this only show to people that have watched that video, or you can just run these both simultaneously and to keep it simple. Run a link post ad, because a lot of times these ads will actually get you, in most cases, these are going to get you a lot cheaper clicks to your website because they click the link and they go right to your website. With the video, they're going to watch the video. You're going to pay every time they watch the video or they make a comment. It'll actually usually cost you more money to get people to your landing page or your sales page from the video ad. You got to remember that, but you're doing way more. The branding that's happening, it's just like it's 10 times the branding that this is doing, right? So these work together. So right there, that's it. You could do those 3 ads and you'd have a system, basically. And this doesn't have to be the smoothie ad. It could be the normal
absolutely.
like authority intro ad like I showed earlier with 30-second video. That's it. 1-minute video maybe. So that's right. Just, you can just get really complex if you want eventually, but that's really it. You know, if you wanted to, you could keep it that simple. That's exactly what I would tell you to do if you're my coaching client. So.
Hey, Keith, and just something to throw in, people are asking, most of these videos are head on or of a person. Can you do it without, that? And absolutely, at DM, we create a lot of videos using Powtoons. I'll put that in the chat box, and it's really easy to use. I can create videos on Powtoons, but you can create, little sales messages and really tell a story, with these cartoon images. So you definitely don't have to use a person, but when you can, use a person, I highly recommend it just because it's someone that you can relate to, and you really pay more attention when there's another person, on the screen looking back at you.
Yep, and here's an example of us doing it right here. And I'll talk about that in a second here when I talk about text overlays and stuff, which is really important, okay? Embracing the silence, which we'll get to that after we go to the ads manager. So, all right, cool. So hopefully people have a really good understanding, a better understanding of this whole process. It's just all about building that relationship. That's the big thing. So, and making more of an impact to the people that don't click your ads. You got to think about that. Always think about the long term. So what I like to do in most cases is I like to, if I'm going to run an ad, I'll like to upload it to my Facebook page and then boost it first. So if you look down here to a recent one I did, see, I don't always do video ads. See this? This was for a webinar with Gideon Shalwick for V-Roll, but it was only going out to my warm audiences pretty much. So I just said, I just want to get people to register, so I just sent them right to the page. So this one here, you'll see, this is the one I ran for a day and a half for the closing of the machine, but see view results. I boost them. I always post them on my page, and then I boost them in most cases, unless it's something I don't want all my fans seeing, right? So there's a couple of reasons for that. One is it's just helps your page. You have a post on there that you're going to spend money on. It's going to give you more social proof. You get a little bit more organic love. And these boosted posts, they get approved faster too than just using the ads manager. So I like to see if I can get it approved quick. That way I know it's going to get approved before I spend so much time in the Power Editor, the ads manager, kind of doing it. So it's kind of a fail-safe thing too. So, but you don't have to do that at all. You do not have to boost your post first, but if you want to, you can. It can be a quick way to do it. And usually I will select a few audiences inside the boost post option. So you can just do your friends if you want, or you can do like people you choose through targeting. And then in that you can select your kind of maybe your best 5 or 6 audiences. And so what I can do is I can create an audience here and add a few interests. So most people on this call probably already know how to boost a post. So what I want to do now is I want to go into to really whether you're going to run it in the ads manager or the power editor, it's really the same process. So I'm going to show it in the power editor because it kind of looks the same in the ads manager almost for videos. It's not that much different, but the more you can get to know the power editor anyways, the better. So if you're going to create
guys,
a video campaign,
if you don't know how to
go ahead and just put video demo.
sorry, Keith.
Yep.
If you don't know how to use Power Editor, facebook.com/blueprint, they have a lot of little courses in there to show you how to use the platform. And there's also an office hours from the end of December where I show you how we use Power Editor.
And it doesn't matter if you already know how to do ads in the ads manager. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know how to do Power Editor to learn from this webinar. We're not going to go much in here, so don't stress at all. It's basically the same. And if you're using the ads manager, that's all you know how to use. Just use the ads manager. It'll the way you're going to learn now is it's the same in either one. So the important thing is this whole objective. This is confusing with videos because you're like, do I use video views or do I use website conversions? Because I want conversions. Or I just want to get people to my landing page. Should I use, web clicks to website, or should I use page post engagement? Because if I boost my post, they're going to start out. It's going to be defaulted to page post engagement. So it's confusing, and it's really confusing because Facebook changes the way they bid and the way they do things so fast. So don't worry about it. The one thing to understand is it's not going to be way wrong either way, no matter which one you choose. As long as you can get it up and running, that's the key. So you basically have 4 choices: clicks to website, website conversions, page post engagement, or video views. Okay. Now, I recommend using video views at first because the biggest reason right now is this right here: custom audiences. If you don't use video views, it's too bad we're recording this because this will probably change in 3 weeks. But
Exactly.
if you don't use video views, you will not be able to create a custom audience.
As of this date and second,
Yeah.
it's going to change, but
Exactly.
yeah, that is a huge factor right now because those custom audiences. Think about people who either viewed your video for more than 3 seconds or more, or
Yep.
viewed it all the way to 95%. They basically create 2 separate audiences, but you can only create those using video views as your objective. So somebody who watches your video all the way through to the end, obviously a much better potential customer, and you can actually then target them specifically. Hey, did you like the video? Don't forget to get, whatever it is that you sell, discount coupon, whatever it happens to be. So those are really important audiences. These are like additional custom audiences inside Facebook now that they're creating, and I'm sure they'll change within the next week or so, just the way Facebook is.
Yeah, exactly. So 1 second here. So and if you okay, so basically this is what it'll look like too after they create your audience here inside your ads managers. It will basically, you'll have 2 custom audiences created. One that says viewed. So these are people that have viewed your video at least 3 seconds, okay, inside of that ad set, okay? And then this one here is going to be people that have watched at least 95% of your video. That's how it works. And so what happens is when you select video views, I'm going to go ahead and hit create, okay? So inside the Power Editor, now what I want to do is, now if you're using the Ads Manager, and it would just take you, if you want, I can just show it from the Ads Manager too. It'd be easier that way. Probably would be. I'll just show it real quick here from both. So if I want to use the Ads Manager, I'll hit Get Video Views here, and I'll choose Dominate Web Media. It's my page, and now I'm here. Okay. So you used to have to, they used to give you a little checkbox, okay? Down here, you'd see a little box that said, yes, I want you to create an audience out of my viewers. Well, now you don't have to do that anymore, okay? Facebook automatically creates that audience that I just showed after your campaign starts running. There's a lot of things that they've improved on, and yours might not even be updated yet, but you used to have to get at least 1,000 views a day, and you used to have to do a lifetime budget. So it was like, man, you got, say you run a 7-day campaign, you have to get at least 1,000 views a day, and then it would take like 2 days for that audience to show up in your audiences, and inside your audiences is where it shows up. Now it just updates dynamically, and you don't have to have 1,000 views a day, but you do have to select video views as your objective. So,
and you don't need a lifetime budget. You can do it on a daily budget too.
Yeah, exactly. So if I'm in the Power Editor, I'm just going to create an ad set and hit, let's see, demo. So let's go ahead, demo here. And then we're going to go ahead and view ads, create ad, demo, hit create. So in here, what I'm going to do here is select my page. And the cool thing about this is you get to preview your post over here on the right. So I have a couple ways to do it. I can either use an existing post, and you can do the same thing over here in the Ads Manager. You're going to have the same options, okay? But we're going to do it in here. I like how it previews it and stuff better too. So I can go here and I can, let's say I boosted it first. Notice here it still has create audiences for people who view this video. Some of you might have this, some of you don't, okay? If you do, just make sure it's checked. And then they'll give me options of videos that I've already created. So if I select that, boom, I can be boosting that post could be boosted right now and running, and then I can go in here and I can create a video views campaign, and then I can select this post, right? And then maybe you can do a little testing. You can see, which one's getting the best performance, the one I boosted or the one I created using a video views campaign. So we've seen mixed results, different results with different types of objectives. So if you don't already have an existing post, you're gonna use create ad here, and all you do is write in what you want, register for my awesome webinar.
And also, guys,
right now,
a good tip when you're using Power Editor, you're not going to have the character restriction that you do in Ads Manager. So that's definitely a benefit. So Keith can pretty much write as many characters as he wants here on this ad, where that's not the case in Ads Manager.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest reasons we like Power Editor. It's kind of like doing it right on your page. So you know how you have like a 90 character limit and a 25 character limit in certain spots over in the Ads Manager over here. In the Power Editor, you don't have any limitations. So, but everything, the way creating a video ad, it's the same. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a video. And so you cannot use like a Vimeo player or a Wistia or a YouTube video. You have to upload the file, okay? And there's a lot of reasons why, but basically it needs to be a native video. That way you'll get the autoplay feature, and it'll be bigger, the thumbnail will be bigger, you get all the video metrics, which are awesome, that you wouldn't get, and you'll get 10 times the organic love too from Facebook. So what I would do is I can just select a video here, or I could upload one, right? But if you've already got one in your account, you can just select one, and then I can see what it looks like over here, see what it looks like in mobile. One of the things to pay attention to is the link on your post, this link right here, right? If that link it's rad, it's cool, you'll be way smarter. Can't tell smell smarter or you. And I'm still showing the link, so they show a lot lately for some reason with mobile. And which is kind of cool actually. See, it's still showing. I'll bet you on desktop it's not. You want to look at both of these and see what it's going to look like. So yeah, see this one here? It says see more. I've got to click see more to see my link. I want that link to be above the see more. That's important. So let's go over here and delete these two and do it that way. Still not showing, is it? Nope. So it looks like we're gonna have to go to here. So you want to do this and figure out how. There you go. That's the rad webinar we're gonna do. And then in the Power Editor or the Ads Manager, you can actually select one of the thumbnails from the video. They'll give you some choices, right, of thumbnails, or you can create your own custom image. Now, if you do this in the post itself, I would just say go read the article, because I kind of show you how to do that in the article on Digital Marketer. But if you upload the video from on your Facebook page, you can change the thumbnail. You have to click the timestamp on your video. Yeah, I'll show it real quick actually. Wait, I think it's over here. I'm already on there, aren't I? Thought it was on. Yeah. So if I go down here, you can change. A lot of people don't know this. You can change the thumbnail on your video, any video, organic or paid, or not once it's paid though. To get to your editing areas here, computer's a little bit slow here. Huh. Come on, skipping. Dang it. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh. One more time. Okay, so you need to click this right here, the timestamp. So right here. And once you click that, you can go edit your thumbnail. But once you've put money behind this thing, if you've boosted it or submitted an ad, you're not going to be able to change the thumbnail. So once I hit options here, I would normally hit edit. There'd be an edit video here, and that's why I would do it. But there's no edit video because I've already boosted this post and I ran ads to it. So that's how you do it there. So, and then you've got your call to action button here. Learn more and add that. Okay. Now the call to action button. I'll go back to the slides to show you that, but I'll talk about that in a second. But really, that's how you create your ad. It's really pretty simple. You know, you just have to be aware of a couple things, and I can talk about those back on the keynote. I think it's going to be easier to show you some screenshots, and we can come back here with questions. But let me go show you a couple things that are important about your creating your ad. Okay. Ad copy. Okay, the way I see it is your ad copy serves 2 to 3 purposes, depending on the goal of your ad. Number 1 is to get the user to watch as much of the video as possible. Number 2, to get the user to click the link in your post and be taken to your landing page, right? And then number 3 is to complement the video, kind of like how Betty Rocker did with her recipe. So she showed a smoothie recipe in her video, but then she put the entire recipe in the post itself. I didn't talk about this. I think we were talking about something else, but that video gets shared almost as much as it gets liked, and that's because people share stuff that they feel like that it's actually proven. It's been tons of studies in a book called Contagious by Jonah Berger, and they talk about why people share, why stuff goes viral. And one of the big reasons is because people like to share stuff they think that's like really helpful and useful that maybe not everybody knows about yet. So it makes them look smart and in the know, right? Like they have, and so somebody will share that, or just really helpful. People love sharing helpful stuff. There's other types of stuff they like to share too, but that's one of them. So that video was linking to the sales page, but it was still getting massive amounts of shares. It's because of, and that's because she put, I think it's was more about the recipe that she put in the post than it was the video itself. It's a combination, but by putting that whole recipe, it's a resource. It kind of goes back to your lead magnet stuff, right? People love those like cheat sheets, checklists, swipe files, right?
Right. Well, she's providing so much value right in the post before you even click over. So of course people are going to share.
Yep, but it doesn't affect the end result because
No, not at
they
all.
still want like what's one smoothie recipe, right? Like what you really need is 30 days.
I think
So,
it's brilliant. I mean, she's establishing authority and giving them value before they even click on the ad.
yep, yeah, exactly. So and you'll see here, I just talked about that. You want to make the link here. So in this one here, it's you gotta call out that link that they can see. You're also going to see it on the on the video in some cases now too, and just make sure if there's see more that there's one link above there if you can. So that's just those are important things to touch here. Now, um, Facebook now lets you add call to action buttons, and this is huge. This is one of the reasons why mobile is doing so much better now, is because they're adding this learn your button here, or if this phone here, different, this is a different screenshot than this, obviously, but this is kind of like the portrait style. If this phone was turned sideways, then the video would be taking up the whole screen. There'd be no black, and the learn more button would be right here, just like it is on this one here. Or get it now, or register, whatever you want to use, right? Sign up, I guess. They don't have a register one, which is a bummer, um, but right now, the learn more, they don't show it till the end on desktop, but they're going back and forth. So correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, they're changing this a lot. So
Yeah, on some of them we don't see them now. I
yeah,
saw that one and I sent it to you, but I've seen desktop video view ads that I know have calls to action on them not actually show up in the desktop. So I think they're
yep,
still fiddling around with the algorithm or how they do it, but on mobile it's definitely there. You just can't see it in your preview. That's sort of the problem. But
yeah, that's funny.
unless you're targeted and you actually see it. So I targeted myself for her ad and then saw that in my news feed on my mobile device and then clicked that snapshot.
Yep. So don't get discouraged if you don't see the learn more in your preview when you're running your ads.
Right.
It's funny because they show the preview on desktop, but now they're not actually showing it on the ad, and they don't show the preview on mobile, but they actually show it on your ad. Like what the heck?
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
So that's Facebook, right?
Yep.
But the point is on mobile they're showing this button like right at 3 seconds in, the whole time it's up. That's game changing. Okay. Honestly, if you took anything away from today's webinar, that might be the biggest thing.
And that's a live link. That's your link that goes to your landing page, your blog post, your sales page, whatever it is, just so
Yeah.
you're clear. It's not just to look pretty. It's an actual live link, which is awesome.
So when people are on mobile, they don't have other distractions because their video is playing like this. You've got all these other distractions over here. On mobile, there's no other distractions. And then now you have your call to action button on the video player itself. That's one of the reasons why that we're seeing some of the results. And I haven't even showed you some of the other results of some of our other clients. And this is a big deal. That's a huge, huge, huge deal. That call to action button being on the screen the entire time and not just at the very end like they're doing on desktop. But as they change this, that's going to help too. As they hopefully let us start this in sooner. Because so right now what we do is we have we tell people to click the button you see on the screen or the link you see in the post when you're recording your video, or just add that as text or as a text overlay, right? So and if that was confusing what I just said, I'll explain that in a better way here. The smoothie one is a perfect example. So this one here, I said she Facebookized it. This video was recorded like 2 years ago. Okay. So all she did was she just added a lower third text like at the beginning to get them to listen to watch it, and then another one at the end that fades to black with text on the screen to click the button, click the button on the screen or the link you see in the post. So just think outside the box a tiny bit and adjust whatever you have for your business, and you can get something working well. So that's the video call to action button. That's important there. The other big thing here is, this is huge. This is what Facebook, when we were on the webinar, they called embracing the silence. They want you to embrace the silence. So like when that first autoplay of your video and somebody sees it and it's silent, figure out ways to get them to either two things. Either use text to relay the same message that you're saying. So that's kind of what he's doing here, right? We're running a split test, okay? This is the same video as this. After about 12 seconds or something like that, these both go into the same exact video, no different after 12, 15 seconds. Okay. This one here has rolling text using, I think they used iMovie. You can use ScreenFlow, iMovie, any video creation software. It's so easy to do. So he just added this to the beginning of it, and it's this moves, which I love. So this is like basically kind of it's saying the same message he's saying, right? So they can read it even if they can't hear it, and then they'll click the
Yeah, it's reiterating it.
reiterating. That's the word.
There you go. That's a big word. Yeah, and just so you guys understand what embrace the silence means, think about, don't go there right now, but think about when you're scrolling through your news feed, you see videos in there. You're going to see tons of videos in there, especially now after watching or being on today. You'll probably be more aware of it. But all those videos, they are silent to you unless you actually click the play button. And sometimes you actually have to unmute it too. So it's when they say embrace the silence, think about somebody sort of the user experience. They see your video going by as they're thumbing through their phone or they're scrolling through their news feed when they're on their desktop. How are you going to grab their attention in that first 3 seconds? Because all they really see is 3 seconds. Now that's counted as a video view if they see 3 or more seconds according to Facebook, but embracing the silence is if there was nothing there that kind of caught their attention, you might miss out on that opportunity. And that's why this is important here, that there's movement on the bottom of the screen or there's a reiteration of what the message is for those first 3 seconds. So hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense, Molly?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that helped a
Sorry,
lot.
I had
Actually,
myself
thanks.
muted.
So he's probably muted. Yep. So this one, is saying the same message as this bottom one, but it's just words on the screen only. And just so you guys know, this one had the longest average duration, higher click-through rate, lower cost per click. So the face to camera with the text on the bottom beat out the just
Very
text only
cool.
version.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all.
It's social, right? So another way to do it is this. This is a different way to do it. So this here, I got this button that starts out small and goes big right off the beginning, and I'm saying click the screen so you can hear. So I'm pointing at the button and then pointing to my ear, back pointing to the button, pointing to my ear. I think I played it earlier. I can play it maybe during the question and answer, but so this is another way, right, to get them to click. I learned this from that webinar, and it was who was doing it? Gary Vaynerchuk.
Gary Vaynerchuk, yeah, Vaynerchuk, yeah.
So I just copied him basically and did it a little bit different.
Yeah.
So use that, and then of course you're going to use text overlays also to tell people like one like this towards the middle, like click the button to go register for my webinar, right? So you can use text to tell them what you want them to do, not just voice. So that's one thing we like to use a lot. So we already went over this, so that's really it. The other thing is reporting. We're not going to go into the reporting tool, but one thing the reporting is if you're inside Facebook reporting, use the search box right here, type in video, and then you can select these things like video views, average duration. If you're going to test 2 intros to a video, this is going to be like your most important metric, because if the only thing difference is like the first 10 seconds, then you're going to want to see which one gives you the longest average duration. That's going to be the winner. So, and you can have cost per video view, and then of course other things like cost per checkout, cost per lead, right? Cost per website click, all those. And then you can use this side over here to X out of all the ones you don't need. X out of a lot of the ones like unique click-through rate and all that stuff. Okay, I would X out of this one, a lot of those ones. And then you can even reorder these right here.
Hey, Keith.
Apply. So
we have a lot of people asking, if I'm a beginner and I haven't really used the Facebook ad platform, is it important to learn, this stuff versus, the ads, right? And really, you guys understand that the video ads, it's just another medium of the ads, right? So if you go through the Facebook social list building EP, or you go to facebook.com/blueprint and go through some of their courses, that will help you become more familiar with Ads Manager and Power Editor and really how the system works. But the video ads are just another form of advertising. The system stays the same. So definitely watch the office hours from 2 weeks ago on how to create a traffic system. really this is just another way to do so, right? This is just
Yeah,
another
exactly.
form of like getting our message in front of people.
Exactly. So you need to know the platform first, I would say. But as you learn the platform, like, um, this is going to make sense, right? So go through exactly what Molly just said, basically, and that's the first step. But it's just as you're going through that, maybe you start. Maybe your first campaign is a video ad. Maybe depending on what your market is, maybe what your industry is. It's just video ads. If you're brand new right now, is not that many people are doing them because it's kind of overwhelming and people don't understand the value. And it's sometimes if you only do one video ad and you're comparing it to like a regular ad, you look at it initially thinking it's not as working as well until you understand the whole scope of how it's doing within your campaign and
Absolutely.
branding you and creating audiences and stuff. So, um, if you guys want to download I got a video equipment guide. You can go here and download it. It's just I just quickly so I can deliver it to you. Um, Made a quick page. Just go to dominantwebmedia.com/easyvideo and it's a video guide for cameras, depending on all different situations, high level to web to iPhone to microphones and all different situations, lighting, all that kind of stuff. So, but I know we're kind of pushing on time, darn it. But we were answering a couple questions along the way, I guess.
Yeah, and I've been answering a lot of people in here that have specific questions about where things are located in the platform and different kinds of ads. So yeah, if you guys have any, higher level sort of conceptual questions for Keith that he can answer, please pop them here in the chat box. This was awesome, guys.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I hope it wasn't, too scary, but like I said when we were going through that mind map was just to, if you can create one video ad to complement whatever you're doing, it's a great way to keep your account safe. Those types of things. If you're nervous about your account at getting, banned or something like that, I would run traffic to like a blog post and then maybe run video ads. And you're going to it's really going to help, get you low negative feedback and stuff like that. So, but yeah, if you're brand new, go through those guides. Go through everything that Molly recommends, basically, is what I would do. But it's this stuff. I think it really is the little stuff. It's just doing it, taking the time to do it, because that's the big thing. And then
Hey guys,
video. Yeah.
they're getting a 404 error on your link, Keith.
Oh, they are. Okay, we just created it real quick. Okay, let me check. I know I'll do something different then. I don't know why. Dang lead pages. We used real quick right before this. Used the plugin, but maybe it didn't work. Maybe it just needs to be redirected for now. So whatever. I'll put in.
It might be a lowercase easy video. I don't know. Is it
Shouldn't matter, but
let me check.
I'm gonna put the regular link in the chat right now of the actual lead
Okay.
page box, so that will take you there for sure. I just put it in, so I'll change that redirect here in a second too.
Yeah, it works if everything's lowercase.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, gotcha. Okay, it's that link that I use with the keynote. Okay. Okay, cool. So that actual link does work then. I'm gonna check on it real quick just to make sure. Yeah, you're right. It does work. Cool. And okay, cool. Okay, so other than that, yeah, if you don't have any if you answered most questions, I would just say go download that equipment guide because that'll help a lot actually, because that's like the biggest holdup for most people. But
yeah, way to overcome a pain point there.
yeah, and It is. I mean, it's a huge pain point, and it's um, what most people don't realize is, first of all, like the iPhones have amazing quality. Everything that you see Betty Rocker do, she does on her iPhone. Boom. I mean, if you have an iPhone, and there's a microphone on that list too, that if you want to use a good high quality mic that's connected to it, then you've got one there, a lapel mic, and you're good to go. You know, get some lighting if it's dark, and you're going to be golden. So I would say use your iPhone and um, start making video after your first 10. I'm not talking about like edited and done. I'm just saying your first 10 that you record, you're going to be a million times better. It's just doing it over and over again. It's just practice. So
All right. I think some people are getting a privacy warning, so I'm not sure. Definitely check out dominatewebmedia.com. And I know you
thank you.
guys have a bunch of information on your blog.
Yeah. Just go to the main site probably. But is that okay? Okay. Well, we'll fix that
It
too.
worked for me, so awesome.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. Well,
Okay,
hopefully it was
thank you all
helpful.
so much. That was really, really awesome and very insightful. And, just like he said, guys, a lot of this just takes application. Don't try to understand the entire system before, you execute on one ad or two ads. And definitely think of this as, a traffic system for, acquiring leads and sales for your business. But this was really, really awesome. Lots of comments. About how helpful this was. So we appreciate you guys being on.
Cool. Awesome. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah,
Talk
thanks
to you
for
soon
having
then,
us.
Molly.
Okay, thanks guys.
Okay.
Talk soon. Bye.